A very good evening to our viewers. Thank you for joining us today on the show. This is the Evening Review. My name is Devan Jabela, your host. Tonight we are changing the gear a little bit. We are talking to a young person who has something very pertinent to share with us, and it's not only her who is affected by that particular issue, and you'll find out in a moment. The guest is Sofia Shamena. Sofia, thank you very much for making time on the show. You are an unemployed graduate, and we want to talk about how young Namibians like yourself are actually graduating and staying home for so long without securing a job. Tell us what you studied.
All right. I did education.
Okay.
With honors degree, education upper primary.
Mm-hmm.
I majored in mathematics and Oshindonga.
Okay.
Yeah, I started off my education career in 2016.
Okay.
And it's a 4-year course. I completed in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And 2020, it was the graduation year. But due to COVID-19, we graduated in absentia.
Yes.
Yes. And ever since from there,
Yeah.
I got my degree somewhere in July. Due to COVID-19, yeah, I got my degree somewhere in July. Then
Yeah.
I started applying, although I was applying with the academic record.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went on applying here and there. You are being invited for interviews, attending interviews, traveling Namibia, like all the 14 regions,
Yeah.
if I can say. I traveled from 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. And I can say all the interviews, the written interviews I have attended, 95% or 98%, I made it to oral.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah, we will go item by item.
Yes.
So, where did you study?
I study here in Windhoek, Commerce campus,
Which university?
University of Namibia,
Okay.
UNAM,
UNAM.
Commerce campus.
Okay. So, where does the problem come from if you pass the written test and go to oral? So it is that is how it's segmented. You do writing first, and then you go to oral.
Due to the number of candidates.
Yeah.
Because usually you can turn up for a post, maybe 20, 40, 50, and for all of you to go for oral, it's a bigger number. So they usually make, okay, you write first, then they take the best, maybe 5, 7, 3, any number they opt for.
Okay.
Then that's the process. So from there, we go for oral.
Okay. You mentioned something very, very important there about being invited to attend so many interviews. Where have you attended interviews?
Oh. I attended interviews at some of the schools. I forget. Some you attended the school itself, or maybe some circuits, because sometimes you cannot reach it. The school is far, so you only go at the circuit if it's here or another place they set up. So you go there where it's near the road or something. Yeah, I went as far as Kunene, Anchor Settlement or whatever. It's far. Hey, I traveled. It was on my own. I don't even know where I was going. For as long as I have that card, okay, I'm just going. I might be the successful candidate. I went there sleeping, like going there without even knowing the place. I have to call the principal. Then after that, I have to go in Kamanyab. Is it Kamanyab? Yeah. Then I have to sleep in the police station. Like I went through a lot of that kind of thing. You are going just for the sake of going. Like at the beginning, it was very fine because everyone in the family was willing to give transport money, you know. And as years goes on, especially last year and this year, I find it so difficult. I feel like, okay, maybe people think I'm just wasting their money. But I seriously, I don't understand where the problem is. Is it maybe, I don't know, okay, maybe I didn't make it well in orals, but I'm always praying at least one day I will, but now it's getting tough.
So, okay, you've been to Kunene. Where else have you been? Which other regions have you been to?
I've been Karas, Haldap, Erongo, Omsati, Ohangwena, Oshkoto, Kavango East, Kunene, like...
You've been all over the place.
I've been all over.
Share more with me your experience of, because obviously, of course, you spoke about Kunene, where you had to sleep in a police station. Which other experience, what else did you experience elsewhere other than Kunene in terms of where to sleep, what to eat? I mean, who to stay with? What other sort of worse experiences can you recall?
I remember there was a time I had transport money and I have a little for accommodation. For me, I don't really worry with eating, or maybe I can carry my bottle of water. I know I'll survive 3 days or 2 days. I can come back home and eat. So it's usually where to sleep. I even went to, I think it was the clinic, or it was, what was the settlement? It's in Haldap. Yeah, we were two, then we went, it's like a hospital. And we were issued a place, you can sleep there. There was a mattress. We have our throws. Usually you have to walk with something, you have to go with something. So we slept there. Like, it's not a good experience. Sometimes we are just giving out. I feel like it's a challenge, especially when you go somewhere where you don't know. And there was a time I even went to, it was Erongo. I went without even notifying anyone. Then when I went there, I know there was a friend, someone that I just met in town in the north. Then I texted her like, I'm in Walvis, and she was like, okay, where are you sleeping? And I was like, no, but the sleeping, I'm sorted, we are sleeping in a car. Then she was like, oh, but tomorrow you have an interview, you need to bath and everything. So, and she made arrangements to come get me from there. Like, because with the driver, it was fine for us to sleep there. I could just have slept in the car. It's really not a good thing, but...
It's part of the journey, I suppose.
Yes.
Your parents, you are from Momsati region, you said, you're from Utapi area. What are the expectations at home? I mean, the people put you through school, and they thought by now they would be having a teacher at home. What is the communication like?
Okay, like for me, I don't know my mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my mother passed on when I was just 6 months.
Okay.
I was raised by my grandmother.
Yeah.
And I was the first graduate in the house, although now we are two.
Okay.
It was really, I was the elder of the others. I'm still, and with those ones, young siblings, they are all looking at me. So I find it so difficult. Sometimes I go to bed crying, and I have to pray God. I know one day to work out for me. Yeah, I seriously, at home, my grandmother now, she lost sight but especially I came in Windhoek. I have been staying in the north for the past years. Since after school, after varsity, I went back home. Then I have been there. Then last year I decided to come in Windhoek. I didn't even go back to the north during the festive season, December. Up until today, I'm just here. Because I cannot stay with my grandma sitting there home. I have siblings behind that she has to look after them. So it's a really heartbreaking, and she's always, whenever we have a communication through the phone, she'll be like, continue praying, one day it will work out. And sometimes I can feel she's shedding tears. Because I don't think she expected me to go up until all these years. I tried my best, but I'm still trying.
You're still trying. The last question, Sofia, before we go on a short break is, what was your, when you went to university and you were getting closer to finishing, what was your hope that once you graduate, how long did you think it was going to take you before you actually secure a job?
I never thought it would be this long. I thought maybe it would just take me months, then I'll be sorted out.
Especially since the teaching posts are actually there. But what do you think? What do you think is the cause? I mean, is it because it's a lot of you that graduated student teachers or graduate teachers that are not getting jobs? Is it really because you guys are not doing well in these interviews, or the process is corrupt, or the what is the issue?
I don't know, but I think somewhere, somehow, there's something that's, I think maybe, I don't know, I think the problem is within the ministry itself of education. Since, we read circulars because we are being asked in written about those documents. And things that we are reading and things they ask us, it's not what is happening at the school. For example, I can tell you this teacher-learner ratio. If you go to school, you find 50-something learners in a class. And I think that's one of the challenge in the course. Maybe there, if it's like that, then it means most that there's need for teachers. There's a need for teachers. I feel like there's a need for teachers, but maybe because they have nowhere to accommodate learners, maybe not enough classes. Can be a cause.
I hear you.
And it's a long process if one has to implement it and come to this setup now. They are telling us 35 learners per teacher. That will take long. Maybe we'll then be lucky to get that, but it will take long.
I hear you. We go for a quick break and then we'll return for the second half of the show.
Newsprint Namibia is a web offset printing operation that specializes in the printing of newspapers and commercial inserts. We are the leaders in our industry with the highest quality print work and the shortest turnaround time from computer to print and delivery anywhere in the country daily. Newsprint was established mainly as a newspaper print company, but had to diversify its business to do commercial printing as required in the market. We print commercial inserts previously printed in South Africa in the shortest possible time. We, as an organization, also started printing workbooks for our education system and will also print textbooks for the Namibian market. For more information, please contact print@newsprint.com.
Take a load off and tune into another episode of Brave Namibia as we take a look at both ordinary and extraordinary Namibians. Brave Namibia is broadcasted on NTV Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. and 1up2.com, as well as broadcasted on the following Facebook platforms on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Republican, Allgemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, and all Namibia Media Holdings pages. For more information, contact the Brave team at brave@synergy.com.na. Brave Namibia, for the ordinary and extraordinary Namibians.
We continue with Sofia Shamena. Now, Sofia, if I mean you're on television now, and a lot of people are listening, and part of the reason why we brought you here, of course, is to discuss the general problem of unemployment among young people, among young graduates, but also for our leaders to listen, the policymakers and everything like that. To the leaders of our country listening to you tonight, what are you going to tell them? What are you going to say to them as far as your situation is concerned, and of course the situation of others?
Okay, to my leaders, what I'm suggesting is maybe to, when it comes to interviews and applying for these positions, maybe they come up with an online process, application process and interview, because this story of us traveling the world and making copies, buying easy packs, it's really draining us. Maybe they come up with this, there's a NIS, something of sort of thing. Maybe they also implement that system, at least for us, because as for now, I feel like if we are applying, maybe we can try our best, the same way you usually try to travel. Then we will just upload our application forms on an online system. They review them, then they review them, call us for an interview, still to be conducted online.
Yeah,
I think it will be better when it comes to, especially myself, and I'm speaking for others, financially. It's not easy.
it's not easy. What are your dreams? What is it that that you've always wanted to accomplish in life? I think it's a lot of things, but I mean, in terms of your career and life as a working person, I think you've ticked off the box now of having graduated. That is part of your dream having been achieved. But what is it that you still dream of, even despite the challenges?
Yeah, despite the challenges that I'm facing now, I review myself, and I still want to be a teacher. I have that passion of teaching, and the fact that I like the subjects I did, especially mathematics. I don't want to just let it go. I want to teach a Namibian child, and I have a lot of skills when it comes to teaching, especially mathematics, numeracy. This one, it's just my thing.
Yeah.
From birth, and I feel like I should lift it up
And share with
and
others.
share it with the others, especially the young ones. Yeah, I still dream to be a teacher. That's my biggest dream. I just want to share that knowledge with the young ones.
Absolutely. Do you have as a result of your current situation, do you have, for example, people who are no longer taking your calls and who are distancing themselves? Because you see, we were at university ourselves, and as we were about to finish university, then we saw a lot of people trying to become some of the distant uncles start coming closer because they knew that now there was going to be some light at the end of the tunnel. But if you stay home for so long, is there no risk of people starting to say, we were just excited, but she's not actually going to help us or anything like that?
Yeah, this is real. There are a lot.
Yeah.
And personally, I just also sometimes I keep a high. It goes months without being responded. Don't even try to ask for help.
Yeah.
That person, we have smartphones. You know the person is online. That person will blue tick you, read everything you sent. My dear, but yeah, it's what it is.
It is what it is. You'll get it right. So, Sofia, I appreciate that you came. I'm saying this because I wanted to do this show last week, and I had invited someone who's in a situation like yours. And she felt that she agreed nice. At last minute, she could no longer come because she felt a bit ashamed to be on television talking about this thing. But it's not your fault.
Indeed.
You did what you needed to do. You finished your education. And people need to know, because you see, my issue is that people that are talking about youth unemployment are usually people that are already employed.
That's it.
So they don't know your experiences. They don't know that you sleep in cars, that you've been to every region, being interviewed, sleeping in hostels and police stations. So it was good of you to come to the platform today and just share that experience, so that those that are listening hopefully can also understand what you're going through and make an effort. So thank you very much, and hopefully someone is watching. Have you gotten a chance even to teach part-time at all after?
Oh, currently I'm volunteering.
Yeah, volunteering.
With Town Namibia. It's a new problem. Yeah.
Okay, but you haven't
And
gotten
I like it. I like it because it's more on what I did.
Yeah.
It's more on teaching learners numeracy and literacy.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah. No. So hopefully something more concrete and substantive will come up for you. Do not lose hope. You must be able to get a job and go help your siblings and your grandmother.
Seriously.
It will happen. But
I hope so.
Unfortunately, our country currently has those kind of challenges. All the best. When you get a job, please come back to the show and tell us that you got a job.
Back.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, my sister.
Right.
Okay. That was Sofia Shamena. She is an unemployed youth graduate who is just sharing experience of not being employed since 2019, since finishing university in 2019. It's almost 3 years now, almost 4 years now that she hasn't gotten a job, and hopefully this situation will change, not only for her, but for others who find themselves in a similar situation. Thank you for watching.